Okay, gentlemen, a little update on the 628 bike, the mighty XR650, the 2025 edition. Last year they were making it. Let's get right to it. So last video I made, we did a bunch of mods to it already. We've done a bunch of stuff to it. We took off the octopus charcoal canister. We took off the oil separator and did this other thing from XRs only. We put in a main jet and a pilot jet. We put on a DID chain. We did a counter shaft sprocket swap out to a 14 tooth with the beefier width, so there's no play in it. And we swapped out some Tusk tires. Currently, we have a whopping 24 miles on the bike. I'm just not riding it for a reason. I want to replace this. I got a aftermarket one from Nice CNC. It's triple the size. However, you got to drill that out. There's no way to get that underneath. So from underneath, you drill it out and just replace it with another bolt with a cotter pin. Been kind of busy. I finally got the Kevin Windham bars on the Rocks 2-inch bar risers, and if you see, I sent them way forward, so now they're in line with the forks. Back in factory position, they're way back here, and they're literally like 2 inches back, and it gives the bike a very weird feeling. I like my levers a little down, like Ricky Carmichael. I might bring them back up just a hair. I don't know yet. Super easy to adjust. Handguards for me are a must. The bike is going down. You are going to bend or break a lever. You will not have a fun ride on the way back home. I am not going to get any aftermarket blinkers. I'm actually going to take these off. I am not doing any turn signal indications on the dirt roads I'll be riding in Colorado, Wyoming, and Montana, leaving on Tuesday morning, the 7th, July 7th. Yes, I still got one last little headache to do, and that's this Tusk rack. There's just a plethora of bolts and nuts. The bag was all loose and empty. All of this gets put on tomorrow morning, July 4th. That's a great sound early in the morning. Thank God it's not. So I'll put that on tomorrow. The seat comes off for that. The side panels come off for that. And while we're doing that, I will probably put on that Clark tank right there, the 4.7. I've just been kind of waiting. I took the factory fairings off, the air deflectors off the front. What I quickly realized is they're part of the tank support. So yeah, it looks bitchin' not to have that on, but you actually can't do it. So this tank, once it comes off, I'm not ever gonna save it. That tank will be on for life. I bought the black for a reason. The bike, white and black, just looks super slick. I mounted up front the Nelson Rig tube holder, and up front here there's a little spot for 2 tire irons that go in there. And I think I made a video earlier where I glued on a strip of Velcro on the bottom of the bag and on the top of the fender. This is the Field Ethos edition. Love those guys. I also added that big fat wide kickstand support, because honestly, once I get the bags on the back here, and then I've got a duffel bag that goes across, even though I'm 6'3", I'm gonna have to Captain Morgan to get my leg over this thing. These are the tallest bikes on the market. They are not for the short guys. The seat height on an XR650L is 37 inches. Do not go into don't get a lowering link anytime on any bike ever. It's called the wishbone. It's just a bad idea. It's just the wrong bike for you. Don't modify it from the smart folks over in Japan who have it wired. So anyways, the bike is looking super clean. I'm getting ready to put it in my trailer, strap it all down. I got to take a bunch of tools out and put it in my beloved black moto box that I've had for about 15 years now. That box goes everywhere with me, and we're good to go. But other than that, putting on the bars it's just nuts and bolts, but it's a kind of a pain in the butt, I'm going to be honest with you. And lining these up, it's kind of nice how the cables go over those little things. I couldn't do it on this side, which is fine because those cables are all routed underneath. And what was interesting is there was no need to extend the cables on the 2-inch bar risers from Rocks. So if you're on the fence on putting bar risers on your bike. I think it's just a great idea no matter what, because you open up the cockpit, you get your elbows up, you open up your chest. You're not riding like this. You're really riding, and especially for standing up. I will say one thing: when you wrench on a brand new bike from a factory, everybody says, "Hey man, you should work on your bike with the toolkit roll that you're going to travel with, because that way you know how to do it." Blah blah blah. It doesn't work. What happens when they come from the factory? I'm sorry, I'm sweating my butt off right now. It's 107 degrees out here in La Quinta, California. When the bike comes from the factory, they have no time to waste. So they're using an impact driver with a nut driver or a Phillips bit or whatever. So breaking that screw that's been seated, or that bolt that's been seated, super hard. So bust out your tools, bust out your Milwaukee, your DeWalt, your Flex, your, God bless you, your Ryobi, and just chuck up the proper nut driver bit and break those bolts. I was a little bit lazy on putting things back together. Did I Loctite everything? No. Am I racing Baja? No. Am I going to lose some parts on the 900-mile trails I'm about to do 2 or 3 of these BDR routes in a row? Yes, I will. So I'm going to, at night, I'll probably go through have a little checklist of tighten this, tighten that, tighten this, tighten that. Maybe I'll bring some thread locker before I take off. I have about 3 weeks of work in Colorado, then I'll take off for a week, come back, do about 3 more weeks of contracting work. So yeah, did I do thread locker? No. Should I have? Yes. But all in all, I probably will ride the bike tonight. I got a big 10-mile loop around my neighborhood I can do with no cars, no traffic. I just want to check out the bars, and it just looks way more motocrossy now, you know? And I had a phone mount from a long time ago, but I didn't have this part. And I ordered it the other night at 10 p.m. and it was at my door at 8 o'clock the next morning. Amazon, God bless you, Jeff. I don't know how you guys do it, but and I had this same phone mount on a scooter I rode last September in Florence, Italy for 10 days. And I like how when you put your phone in, then you bring the rubber bands around and that thing's staying on there. I don't really need my phone for navigation. I'm a paper map guy, and I'm just going to ride until the trail ends, and then I'm going to turn right. And when that trail ends, I'm going to turn left. And I really don't care where, I don't want to know where I am every step of the way. So anyways, that's the update on the 628 bike. And end of August, I'm going to go do that, the Montana BDR, which is 900 miles from the southern border of Montana and Idaho to the very top at Canada. I don't know how I'm going to get the bike back because I don't want to ride it on the highway. And also, I've got a nice taillight tuck-away program. Yes. So this is going to go on the back, I think, tomorrow as well. And we'll get rid of this factory garbage. And right here, I have the little license plate frame mount. So that'll go on the fender. And we'll get rid of all of that garbage. And we'll tidy that thing up. And that's about all I got for you, gentlemen. Have a safe 4th of July. Nobody lose a finger.